I'm just scrolling through Twitter, y'all, and I don't have like this sense that, you know, no faith or hope in humanity. I'm just observing humanity. And these people suck. Humans suck. Like Jack Black saying, "Don't miss next time." You know, I'm not gonna be a conspiracy theorist on this, uh, but I will be a bullshit detector and kind of just point out people's hypocrisy. Do you think Trump faked his own assassination? This is a discourse or a dialogue that is, being passed around currently on Twitter. Obviously, the mainstream media won't do it directly, but are they sending out their, like their little minions on Twitter and other social media to get people to question? You know it. You know it. So that's a conspiracy theory, right? Uh, Kind of reminds me of Sandy Hook, right? Right. The problem is um, some some thought processes, I guess, questioning certain narratives are allowed while others aren't. So who is allowing these things? Who is preventing you from being able to think a certain way? You can't think about Sandy Hook this way, but you could certainly think about the president of the United States, former president, still president, um, his the assassination attempt on his life. You know what? It may be a hoax, right? You're allowed to think that, but don't you dare question Sandy Hook because we need to control guns. We need to ban them. We need to get rid of them. And, you know, we have to control your mind. You can't think a certain way. Either way, um, my personal opinion is that it wasn't faked. Uh, as far as the information that we have right now, it was not faked. But if you are thinking that it was faked, then you also have to be open-minded to everything else being fake, including Sandy Hook. So just be aware that if you're going to say one thing, don't be a hypocrite in the opposite direction. Otherwise, why should anybody take anything you say seriously? The other possibility here is that it was a lone gunman, right? Why a lone gunman? Because a lone gunman means that the person who did it, you can't blame it on more than one person. So if that person was shot, he's on the roof, you know exactly where he came from, case closed, right? Uh, so what's the third possibility? The third possibility is that it was a coup, right? So a coup, what would that entail? It would mean that there was a organized effort to assassinate President Trump. Is that which which of these three possibilities seems to be the most likely? The way that I just listed these out is how I would organize that. Trump being involved in his own assassination is fake, very low, maybe like half of a percent possibility at this time. Is it a lone gunman? Very, very low. Maybe like 5% possibility with the information that we have at this time. Was it a coup? Probably, easily. So, what can we say? You have a story and you have a narrative, right? Simple. This is how the media works. This is how everything works. The narrative is the left hates Trump, right? The media has been stoking the flames for years. Years calling Trump a Nazi, calling his supporters Nazis. Basically, it's virtuous to hate Trump. Virtuous. So then the logical conclusion is it would also be virtuous to get rid of him, right? Because he's so evil. This is radicalization. So the left has been radicalized. If the left has been radicalized, maybe they're getting dangerously close to becoming terrorists. I'm not, this isn't what I am personally saying. This is just what is happening. Okay? I'm just describing what I'm seeing. Okay? If I'm open to being wrong, this is how I'm describing the situation. I'm not saying that they're terrorists. I'm just saying by the description of the situation where there's a radical group that is going around trying to assassinate political rivals, that is a radical group, a radical organization. Now, if you want to distance yourself from it, then you should. I mean, maybe you should come out and say, "Hey, I want to take personal responsibility for being a fucking retard, and at this point in time, I think it would be best if I never vote again because I can't trust myself with how gullible and retarded I am for not seeing the obvious." But I'm not saying they're a terrorist organization. I'm just saying if I was describing it in an objective way, that's kind of what it looks like. The next possibility is if it wasn't radicalization through the media, through political rivals and opponents, then it was a coup, right? And the coup would involve who? That's too speculative for this video. But if it was a coup, then there are evil, subversive elements in the government who may have realized, we don't have a fighting chance against Trump. We just lost badly uh, in a debate because we put a corpse up there who's supposed to be the person who's representing us being the cabal, the deep state, or the subversive element or government that is running this country into the ground. They just put a corpse up and realized that he's unpopular and has always been unpopular, but, 81 million votes, you know, uh, let's say that was legitimate just for right now. We'll deal with that in a later time, but um, the subversive elements in the government realized, okay, well, shit, now we're desperate because nobody wants this person. Is that a possibility? I don't even know why they put him up there on the debate stage, but shortly after the debate, where even his own constituents are now turning against him, where his approval rating dropped dramatically, where Trump's approval rating increased as a result, you you think that Trump tried to kill himself or was a part of it? Really? What was he going to gain from it? A head wound and a few more voters? Like some sympathy? That doesn't make any sense. Oh yeah, I needed like 5% increase in the polls, so like I hired somebody to like squirt some ketchup on my face. No, that's retarded. That's literally retarded. And the only types of people that would think that are the same types of people who are so gullible that would believe what the media tells them to begin with. Lone gunman? Are you serious? A lone gunman? No. There's no way that a lone gunman was able to get within 400, what was it, 400 feet of the president, be on a rooftop with perfect aim, like it was set up for that. It was a coup. Most likely a coup. This is my opinion, okay? You have a narrative and you have a story. This story doesn't matter ultimately. The assassination does, and it plays into the narrative. The narrative being that there is an evil person who was the president and is trying to run to be the president again, who has evil supporters, evil people who believe in populism. Evil. So evil that if you just like kind of listen to what Trump says, you realize, oh wait, he's actually just trying to pander to the majority cult leader. He's literally trying to pander to you. You want cake? Yeah? Well, we have vanilla and we have chocolate. The best I can do is mix them. Oh my god, he's a cult leader. Shut the fuck up. You fucking retard. Okay, so let's assume it was a lone gunman. Okay, for a second, like let's humor this thought, this concept. Uh, so we have an inept government, the government being the Secret Service, who was supposed to be protecting him. You know what that means? What does that invite? That invites everyone from anywhere to do exactly that because it shouldn't be very difficult, right? Is that really what you want to say? Okay, well, Joe Biden, Nancy Pelosi, oh, that's another one. Nancy Pelosi's husband. Do you guys see these tweets? These people who are trying to conflate a um, similarity between Nancy Pelosi's husband, who is getting fucking ass banged, ass assimilated, as like the same thing as an assassination attempt. These people are fucking sick, dude. Like, absolutely insane fucking morons. They're not the same. No. Political violence. The dude was getting fucking ass beat. His claps cheeks just fucking clapping. Butt cheeks clapping, I meant. Uh, yeah, they're the same thing. The same thing because they both have ass in the name. So dumb. Okay, so lone gunman, right? Lone gunman gets up on the roof, 400 feet away, perfect aim, precision, perfect line of sight, and takes a shot before the Secret Service, who supposedly had like eyes on him, did anything. Okay, if you buy that, you're a gullible idiot, retard, whatever. The media, the same media who's lying to you for fucking years, you want to believe what they're trying to tell you right now? The only people that I would trust is the people who are on the ground. Okay? And how do you trust them? Because maybe there was people planted there, right? Could that be a far-fetched idea? No, because they just attempted to assassinate the president, the 45th president, right? So at this point, if you're trying to rule out any possibilities, you're a gullible asshole. What you should be doing is being very, very scrupulous. The people who you should be trusting is an aggregate of the people who are on the ground, the people who actually attended uh, the rally. It's 2024. Most people have phones, right? So where are all the recordings? I guarantee you that the FBI or the CIA blocked the release or the upload of people who were in that vicinity, geo-blocked them from being able to upload video. Okay? That's number one. Number two, if it's true that people saw somebody on the rooftop of some, the nearest roof, somebody up there with a rifle, um, and nobody did anything about it, that also points to the possibility that there was not a single, uh, it wasn't a lone gunman, because it seems organized at that point, right? Okay, so then what else? What else can we look at? The on the ground reporting from not one person. Again, one person can be wrong, but the aggregation of many different sources on the ground who are providing you details, information, video, photos, etc. Um, The anomalies here are not random, they're intentional. They were doing this, in my opinion, um, as part of a plan, an overall plan. Did it get sloppy? I bet it did. I bet this is not exactly how they intended to execute it, as a quite literally execute. Okay, all right. So again, if it was a lone gunman, then the ineptitude of the Secret Service and our government is embarrassing. That we are literally a paper tiger. So do you want to come to terms with that? And again, if you're going to say that it was a lone gunman, then you also have to recognize the possibility that the entire left are terrorists. Okay? I don't know if you want to do that. Do you want to do that? You have to say either the left is radicalized or there was a coup attempt, coup, attempted assassination on the former president. There is no one or the other. You decide. You decide. If the media wants to tell you what to think, what you saw with your own eyes, they're going to try to reframe what you saw with your own eyes and tell you that what you saw was not what you actually saw. That's what they're attempting to do. Biggest piece of this is if I bet you I could just scroll down a little bit. Oh, right here. Okay. Biggest piece of this is these images that you're seeing of Trump. Okay. Here's what you're here's the two sides to this. You have on one side brave, valorous, um, true leader stood up and put his fist up, right? The other side is like, I don't know. I don't know about this. What? That's crazy. They're having what's called cognitive dissonance. How can somebody look so badass if you hate them? How? What they're unwilling to say is, shit, Trump looked fucking badass with blood on his face, with his fist up. You know, they're gonna say, well, no, I can't allow myself to think that that was cool, to think that that was badass. I have to say that he faked it, so that I can preserve my hate and my current frame of reality. I can't accept that he looked badass. No. If I accept that, then I have to now challenge everything else that I thought. So it can't be an assassination. He had to have been faking it. Delusional. Delusional as fuck. Okay. Coup attempt. Is that likely? Um, Up here, Jack Black, the fat fucking retard, uh, don't miss Trump next time. Very cute. Very cute. He's a comedian, supposedly. I've never laughed from anything that he produced. I did, however, like that movie where he's like dating a fat chick or some shit because it was funny. Not him in particular, but the story in general was funny. Uh, him, him though, I've never really thought he was funny. Not even in Nacho Libre. Uh, this isn't about him, by the way. This is about the media. He represents the media. He is a pawn, just like Stephen Colbert, just like Jon Stewart, just like every news organization, including Fox. The media lies, and they are hoping that you are so gullible that you'll believe the jesters. And if you do, then they succeed. I'm pretty sure like 70% of the population are susceptible to hypnotism, and that's what this is. You have been hypnotized, you are a gullible retard, and you shouldn't be trusted. You shouldn't even trust yourself, to be honest. You shouldn't be able to trust yourself, meaning you shouldn't even vote because you're going to vote against your own best interests. Okay, I'm not going to drag this on longer. It's just the media either radicalized or there was a coup attempt. What you should be paying attention to now is how the media talks about this, how the media tries to spin this, how the media is talking out of both sides of their mouth. Pay attention to that. The If there was an assassination, you bet your ass they would come out, "Oh my God, that was so sad. We never wanted this." They wanted it. Most of them are now so bold to come out and say, "Don't miss next time. Don't miss next time." These people are fucking sick, dude. Sick. So, did Trump participate in his own assassination? No. If he did, if he did, there is less than 1% chance that that was possible, that he actually did it, and there was zero gain that he would have had for that. Okay? Too much risk, not enough gain. You are going through what's called cognitive dissonance because the same information that you have available to you, I do too. And if that's what you're gating from this, that's what you're seeing, then you're lost. There is no reasoning with you. You have been radicalized. It was a coup attempt in the most likely situation was that this was a coup. And if it was, if it was, I want to put this out there as a warning. They're going to do it again. And if they do it again, they're going to be successful. And the reason why is if it was a coup attempt and Trump gets more support, that actually goes completely against what their intention was, right? And they can't have that. Look out for desperation. Things are going to get crazier if it was a coup attempt. People are going to start getting desperate. And when they get desperate, they're going to slip. Pay attention. If it was a coup attempt, this is my last piece here. If it was a coup attempt, this isn't going to end with Trump being assassinated. It's going to go much further than that. So, that's all I got for you. I'd like to know if anybody has any thoughts in the comment. There's some things that I can't say on here, some things that I'm thinking about, but I don't want to say anymore until we get some additional information. But out of the three possibilities, I hope I laid out the likelihood of each without being too conspiratorial. And if you like this kind of shit, subscribe, I guess.